Did I start the right one? I'm assuming I did. I wasn't really paying attention when I hit start. Let me just restart it. Okay. I think I saved over my my thing. Alright, well let's go ahead and find out where we're at. Alright. Random, let's go. I'm ready for anything! Nope. You're gonna make me turn it up. Open it, aren't you? There we go. Alright. Alright. But huh. It's a simple vase. Face to face. Ah. Okay. Okay, so it didn't register that first time, I guess. What? There we go. Famous optical illusion. I bet the vase is a switch. Of course it's a switch. There we
This
go.
apparently leads down to a lower level.
It looks like Jamie was right. Queen's Hospital does have a basement.
And that basement is the Snatchers' main lair. Out of the frying pan and into the fire, as they say. Well, what do we do now, Gillian?
Hold on. Alright. I'll be right back. Okay. Trying this again. Here to go straight down. Investigate. Other words, our friends use this, right? Alright, investigate. Alrighty then.
It's a very narrow stairway. We'll have to go down single file.
Okay, who's going to take the point?
That's obvious. The guy with the light.
Hey, that's not fair.
Well, well, what do we have here?
It's the hospital corridor.
It's the same hallway, but not the one that's on the first floor.
So what does that mean?
An entire floor of Queen's Hospital has been duplicated underground.
So the same floor
What,
is both
Lily?
upstairs and downstairs. Sort of like parallel worlds.
Give me a minute.
So that desolate setup upstairs is all just a smokescreen. They're making it look like the place is closed down, but in reality, they're keeping themselves quite busy.
Gillian, that means we're already right in the middle of their headquarters. Please use extreme caution.
These are different. What do we have going on over here? It's a longer conversation. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna go check on Lily and I'll be right back. Again. Alright, let's try this again. We're now all in the basement. Investigate our reception desk. What's this? Unlike the first floor, there are only 2 door switches. Alright. Alright, do it on this one real fast. Alright, I think we did everything. Well,
Did I get it?
The Snatchers' functions have been terminated. There's no doubt now that this is their maintenance facility. This one was probably still waiting to get its artificial skin installed.
well, there you go.
So this is what they really look like, huh?
I don't know if anyone's watching.
Yeah, that's
But
the
yeah, the
scariest
Japanese
thing
version
about
definitely
'em.
looks like
You
a
can't tell
Terminator.
them from real people once they've got that skin on.
Lily, I'm
Perhaps
listening to
that's
this. You gotta
humanity's
wait.
Great weakness. We're always judging books by their cover.
And it's just that human weakness that they're out to take advantage of.
All right, Random. Metal, let's go. The HQ's junk squad can take care of him later. We've got an investigation to do.
All right. Whew.
Impressive. Looks like I misjudged you, Junker.
What's going on with the investigation? All right. Delicious. I'll be there in a second. Let me finish reading this. Alright, there we go. All right. All right, let's see here. Alright, I assume... Yeah, there we go.
Alright, let's try pushing both buttons simultaneously.
The two buttons are on opposite panels, so there's no way one person can push them both alone. But if two of us work together, it might do it.
That's it, Gillian. It makes perfect sense. It's the same system they used to use in nuclear missile silos in the late 20th century. Eliminates the risk of one man going nuts and acting alone.
Well, it's hard to be sure, but let's give it a try anyway. I've got button 1. Random, you push number 2. You ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Come on!
Fancy.
You did it! Door number 3 opened.
With safety measures like that, they must have had a good reason for wanting to keep it closed.
Alright, we'll move to door 3 with Sega CD first. Ew.
Good God!
I read 4 human skeletons in this room.
It's their morgue.
Perhaps victims of the Snatchers?
Well, it doesn't look
Yum.
like whoever put them here was too worried about making sure they would rest in peace.
No, it doesn't. These have
Hey, Pika.
got to be their victims.
This is probably where they hide the bodies of the originals they snatched from places like Outer Heaven.
They probably picked Outer Heaven because it gets a lot of
Right?
VIP traffic. Plus,
Pretty
during
disgusting.
masquerade time, they could work the place and still keep their identities secret.
Yeah, and the guy who set up the link
Human
between
bodies.
them and Outer
We
Heaven
found a
was
secret area in
Freddy,
the-
that taxi
in the
driver.
hospital.
They must have gone after him not because of who he was, but what he did. After all, with a taxi, there's plenty of chances to milk your customers for information. That's probably how they learned about Outer Heaven and Plato's Cavern.
I've been wondering what they had done with the bodies.
Want to hide a book? What better place than the library? Need to hide a body? How about the morgue?
And for them, keeping the bodies hidden is crucial. I mean, if somebody who's supposed to be dead is out walking the streets, it wouldn't be too hard to figure out that something screwy is going on.
That means that if we can figure out who these bodies were, then we've just nailed 4 Snatchers.
Alright. They're still talking. Come on, Japanese version. Stop talking. You talk too much. There we go. Look. We will do around the room. Here's Evan. Appears to have. Nice. Okay. Fair enough. Appears to have been a proper morgue at one time, but now it's being used as a little more than a closet. Alright. We will look. The walls. Ventilation ducts on one side of that room. The remains. Delicious, right? Alright. Has it covered on the duct? Has been weakened by oxidation. Good times. Alright, I hope. Investigate. Number of different insects. But it's definitely a human body. Yuck. Delicious. Okay, coming to help. Okay. Lily's playing Scooby-Doo. Alright. Alright, investigate. Cause of death? Determine the cause of death? What, Lily? Okay. What about the identity of the victims? We're getting close. Yes. Good times. Okay. Hair, clothing, even teeth. Damn Snatchers, they were careful to make sure they didn't. We even had some teeth. But you do have teeth. Deliberately misaligned. Nice. Alright. Alright, so just in case we have to do some fighting, I'm going to do the Sega CD first, then the Saturn. Let's do the reconstruction thing on the bodies. You know, that's all we really had to do in the first place.
Now performing simulated reconstruction of the head and facial features of each of the 4 victims. Commencing with victim number 1. Now performing craniometric analysis. X-ray and sagittal X-ray, magnetic resonance imaging, and positron CT data gathered. Complete cranial data now being compiled. Craniometric
So I'll
analysis
start
complete.
this one about halfway
Now
through
commencing reconstruction.
this.
First, victim's age. Estimate based on 1. Presence or absence of cranial fontanelles and chroma of epicranial sutures. 2. Area of facial region and cranium. 3. Height of upper and lower jaw and development of alveolar part. And 4. Location of cranial center of gravity. Next, victim's sex. Estimate based on 1. Overall size of cranium. 2. Parietal bone angle. And 3. Development of splachnocranium. Lastly, victim's race. Estimate based on 1. Overall cranial configuration. 2. Volume of intercranial cavity. And 3. Mass of the skull. Now commencing soft feature reconstruction based on average results of above analysis. Reconstructing. Initial phase completed. Margin of error on estimate of victim's race 10% based on use of averaged values. Now adding postulated hair and eye features. Reconstruction of head of first victim completed.
It's Freddie Nielsen.
Moving on to second victim. Now commencing reconstruction of features of victim number 2. Now starting craniometric analysis.
Alright, so we have what, 4
Complete
victims?
cranial data
Alright,
now
so after
being
the second
compiled using
victim's
the same
done,
techniques as the
I'll
previous
start it on the
reconstruction.
Sega, on
Craniometric
the
analysis complete.
Saturn.
Now commencing reconstruction using the same techniques as the previous reconstruction. Reconstructing. Initial phase completed.
Who knows?
Margin of error on estimate
They're
of
just
victim's
guessing.
race 10% based on use of average values. Now adding postulated hair and eye features. Reconstruction of head of second victim completed.
That's Lisa Nielsen.
Moving on to third victim. Now commencing reconstruction of features of victim number 3. Now starting craniometric analysis. Complete cranial data now being compiled using the same techniques as the previous reconstruction. Craniometric analysis complete. Now commencing reconstruction using the same techniques as the previous reconstruction. Reconstructing. Initial phase completed. Margin of error on estimate of victim's race 10% based on use of average values. Now adding
there's the
postulated
race.
hair and eye features. Reconstruction of head of third victim completed.
Who in the world is that?
That's the director of Queen's Hospital. Shin Fui, what's his face?
Chin Shu O Gillian. Moving on to last victim. Now commencing reconstruction of features of victim number 4.
This one's the most recent. It's still decomposing.
Now starting craniometric analysis. Complete cranial data now being compiled using the same techniques as the previous reconstruction. Craniometric analysis complete. Now commencing reconstruction using the same techniques as the previous reconstruction.
Hold on.
Reconstructing. Initial phase completed. Margin of error on estimate of victim's race 10% based on use of averaged values. Now adding postulated hair and eye features. Reconstruction of head of final victim completed.
It's the chief!
What?
The chief is a snatcher! The Benson on the scrap of that patient record was Benson Cunningham.
Judging from the condition of the body, I would estimate that the snatching took place approximately 1 month ago.
So it was the chief who sabotaged our turbo cycle. And those matches we found in Harry's room, the chief must have put them there to try to set him up.
No doubt Harry figured it out and decided to leave that face-to-face message. Wait a minute. Didn't Mika say that Harry had left to go find the chief?
That's right. He was probably trying to track down some evidence on the chief.
Gillian, I'd say that this Harry has put himself in a pretty dangerous spot.
If it was the chief that sabotaged the turbo cycle, doesn't that mean that he already knows we're onto him?
Damn! Harry and Mika are in danger!
That's far enough, Junker. Your little investigation is over.
It's them!
Who? Snatchers?
Get them!
You would think.
I can't reach my blaster!
I'm hitting the leg.
Is that the best you can do, Junker?
Who's there?
Jin Shuo, you scum!
It seems you still have some fight left in you. You two are finished, but our plans move forward. We are now entering Phase 2. And when we do, not only this city, but the entire world will be ours to command.
Phase 2? What are you talking about?
As you know, our operations have been hindered up to now by the flaws in our artificial skin. The skin's shortcomings have kept us away from ultraviolet rays, forcing us to do our work at night, underground, or in the winter. In the end, we had to construct a hospital like this, all because of the flaws in our artificial skin. This was the only difference between us and you humans. But now we have broken this barrier.
Huh?
We are on the verge of developing a perfect artificial skin, thanks to the cooperation of a new partner.
So my
in our
CD's a
plan.
little scratched.
Perfect artificial skin? A new partner?
Once we have the new skin, nothing will be able to stop us. And with that, our plan moves to Phase 2. Our little experiment in this city will end, and we'll move in force to take over the world.
Don't be so sure. You won't get out of the city that easy.
You humans are always so overconfident, so naive.
What are you talking about?
I'm sure you're aware that the Kyoto Summit, being held to decide how to handle the Snatcher problem, opens tomorrow.
Metal, is that right?
Yes. Countries around the world are concerned about the Snatcher problem. It will be one of the main topics discussed at this year's summit.
That's right. Tomorrow, we attack the summit.
You must be crazy. The security there will be incredible. You won't even get close.
Must I explain everything to you, Junker? Aren't you even aware that a fellow Junker will be giving a special presentation at the summit?
The chief, Cunningham. So that's why you snatched him.
It's a really long
We've known
scene.
that your chief would be speaking at the summit for over 3 months now.
Gillian, the summit is tomorrow. We have to hurry.
Listen, we have your chief. You Junkers are at our mercy, and so is this city. And tomorrow, we move on the world. Nothing can stop us now. We will finally achieve our long-awaited goal of global domination.
Who is this we you keep talking about?
We are an evolved life form, given life in the depths of the Kremlin by our creator, Modnar. We are a new race.
Modnar?
Modnar? The Kremlin? Those names are familiar, but...
Our goal is to snatch all of the world's leaders and then achieve total control of human thought and worldwide racial unification.
You're insane. Humanity won't be so easily dominated. You underestimate the strength of the human spirit.
I think not. In the same way as the Nazis, our strategy begins with the overpowering of the spirit of the people. We will strike at you humans' weakest point, the most primitive part of your psychological makeup, your suspiciousness and fear. By provoking suspicion and mistrust throughout the populace, we will destroy that fragile fabric which holds your society together, that of trust. Fear is you humans' weak point. It is the primitive part of your brains that binds you forever to your animal ancestors and makes you vulnerable. By stimulating that part of your atavistic instincts, our plan can succeed magnificently.
Gillian, at this rate, they'll kill us all. You've got to get out alive. You're a junker.
Just what have you have in mind?
I've got a big fireworks show ready for them. Better that than get snatched.
What? You're gonna blow yourself up? No, we're better off fighting together.
Hey, it won't work. I'm hit in the thigh. Ow, oh, damn. A bounty hunter can't do anything with a leg wound like this. I might as well have been shot in the head.
Well, there must be some way out of here.
Hey, I wasn't doing this job just for fun. I stayed ready for situations like this. I've always been prepared to go out with a bang.
It's December. A little late for fireworks.
So it'll be an off-season show.
No, I can't let you.
My belt's packed with TNT-PX. You know, that really strong stuff they use in the mines on Mars. One push, and this whole hospital will go. No trouble at all. No time to sit around thinking, Junker boy. Go! What are you doing? Get your butt moving, you fool! Get out through this air shaft. I've got a powerful strobe on me. Its flash will screw up their sensors long enough for you to get out. Now, you with me? Fireworks are better from a distance anyway, Gillian.
Are you two finished chatting? Then I think it's time for you to die. You're quite busy.
It was so
you know.
nice of him to
You ready?
let him talk.
When I give the signal, break into the air shaft and run. And don't forget your blaster.
Metal, stay with me.
Yes, sir.
Random.
Gillian! Doesn't look like I'm gonna have a chance to call in that debt you owe me.
Don't worry. I'll pay it back to the Snatchers with interest.
All right, go!
Fancy.
Run, Gillian!
Metal, are you okay?
I'm alien. I think.
Metal, something broken?
Okay, but it appears that language circuits have been damaged somewhat.
What happened?
Random blew himself up after getting us into this air shaft.
Random.
Gillian, that explosion should have taken all of Queen's Hospital with it.
The thick walls of this duct must have shielded us from enough of the blast. If it wasn't for Random, we wouldn't have made it. Oh, Random.
Gillian, we have no time for grief now. We must get
It's a
back to
really,
Junker
really long
headquarters as
scene.
quickly as possible. Harry and Mika are in danger.
You're right. And I have to keep my promise to Random. But first, we have to figure out how to get out of here.
I can't see a thing. What should we do?
Alright, so finally. Alright, let's see here. I guess not. Alright. That's different. We didn't have a severed head on the Sega CD one, did we? Okay. Yeah, I was just making sure. Alright, so here we are with this one. I'm going to finish investigating. Did I do the sand? Yeah, that's what I just did. Investigate the pollen. Okay. So I'm going to save here. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and take care of all of that with this one. I'll just do it until I get the not a long sentence. Alright, that repeats now. See ya. Thanks for coming in, Pika. Um. Picked the wrong one. I want to save on the ram cart. Ram cart, please. There we go. Oh, I hit cancel again. Jesus Christ. Alright. I think I got it now. Hmm. I should have started on the Sega CD. Alright, I'm gonna step right there. Try to get the same place on the Sega CD now. And sectors. Come on, sweetie. Eh. So interesting. So the Sega CD is different. So they made it a maze. What? I don't know if I died. Alright.
What in the world?
So the Saturn one is
This is
different.
part of the tube liner, the city's long-abandoned subway system.
You mean Queen's Hospital and this were connected?
Yes, it would appear that the Snatchers were using this to move from place to place. This would provide them with the perfect way to move about while still avoiding the ultraviolet rays they hate so much. We should have realized this sooner. The city is crisscrossed by the tube liner's old lines, and since they are abandoned, the Snatchers could move undetected as well.
Aha! That's how those two we caught a glimpse of at the abandoned factory where Gibson was killed were able to disappear so quickly. They must have used this subway.
That would appear to be correct. The tube liner passes underneath that factory site as well. That would also explain why sand from the factory was in the air duct at the hospital.
So this is the trick they were using to stay out of the sun and avoid being seen while they moved around.
Now we know why it took so long to uncover them.
All right, let's follow the subway. We should be able to get out when we get to the nearest station.
Alright, I'm gonna leave that walking and him dead, I guess. Let's see. Alright. So we got I'll be there in a second. I can't stop this. Alright, now we got a button. Alright. So button. Okay, so we're back at the bugs. Hey, Hells. So the Saturn version has a mini maze that I'm lost in. I'm going to figure out how to get through this. But not as many bugs. See, I don't have my phone on me, so I can't do the translate. Alright, I guess that's spider webs. Sorry, I don't know where I'm going. Need to go. Right? Yeah, he's just stuck there. Here, at least we'll change the audio so you don't have to hear that until you can figure out. There you go. We'll go with that way. I'm just guessing on buttons here. Well, damn it, I'm back here. I've not found a skull yet. Apparently there's a skull on one of them. Okay, found the skull. We triggered a sneeze. Damn it. Okay. So. The bottom option is down, so this must be turn. Turn again. Oh my god. Alright, give me a minute. I've got to go help Lily with something. Right? I know, right? And that's so I could just get out with the Sega CD one, and this one's got a maze. I found a on Game FAQs. It has a little maze. I don't understand what it's telling me here. Too bad I didn't do better enough. So I need to figure out how this works here. Yeah, that game's it's fun to play, but not so fun to watch. All right, let's see here. Snatchers, Saturn. Saturn maze. All right. All right. All right, give me a moment. I'm gonna go see what Lily needs. I'll be right back. Don't torture yourself with that. I own those games. I wouldn't suggest doing it to yourself. All right, here we go. Man, that's about the time I'm waking up.
Is there a Zelda Dawn? Retro Dawn.
All right, here we go. All right, I'm just gonna follow this guy.
Ending it with Zelda. Nice.
He's really scared of the spider. Alright, back out, I guess. Alright, let's see what he went after. Sorry, I'm watching the walkthrough guy because I assume he can get out of this. Alright, so he's in the same spot as me.
Not sure you have a
That's what I'm watching. I'm watching YouTube right now. I'm doing exactly what the guy's doing on YouTube.
Bruce is recovering, and the health department officially put us on quarantine.
Oh. Well, I died with him. Because he died. Good thing I followed him. Jesus Christ.
Bruce. My stepdad thought the whole world was in quarantine. Oh, that's good news. He's infected. Hopefully he's back at it soon.
Come on, choose it or not. Alright, there. Crap. Spiders. Hold on, sweetie.
He's a strong man.
Alright.
Works at a really tough job.
I beat him to it. Oh, look at that. We finished at the same exact time.
Head down.
Sorry if I'm going through the options too fast. Alright, here's where I screwed up last time. I gotta watch my options here.
He does it for the health insurance. It's really good, and Mom has congestive heart failure. She needs it badly.
Okay.
Or he'd quit in a heartbeat.
Okay, now I'm at the same spot as them.
Too bad he's forced to do such, or else they are both screwed.
Crap.
Bruce is healthy enough to get insurance on his own.
Alright, here we go. Sorry, guys. I know this is annoying to watch. It's annoying to play. Come on, buddy.
Not as fun.
Fucking A, I should have waited. So apparently I just get a fall off. Right now, you get to watch them walking.
Kinda curious if you end up where the medic will go though. Correction of the system. All health insurance companies reject people with issues already.
Yep, America. Everyone just die. I would rather have a like Canadian insurance where they can't have pre-existing conditions.
Well, I mind.
All right.
I get $1,000 in medicine.
All right, so we hit the button already.
Not American, but from what I know, also Doug Lee shared some horror stories. You pay a ton in USA and basically still get pointed to the small letters and get nothing.
Pretty much. All right, last time. Which one did I pick that I walked off the edge? Fucking A, really? I'm sick of these spiders. So, of course, I ran into the spiders. I hit the wrong button. And now I've got to rewind his crap. Get him back to where I was at. Fall off the edge with him and then get through this damn maze. At least I heal every time. Excuse me. Okay, we're at the damn button again.
Aside from you probably have no idea what was said during the maze, does it add anything to the game?
No. Not at all.
If not being there.
I would be fine with it not being here. Let's see here. So here's where the button is. And then we'll exit out of the button. Because he gets it out. Once he gets through here, he does eventually find it. I just missed the option he picked. So I gotta fall again, I guess. So I'm exactly where he's at. I think walking forward is where I fall. Which I think is the top option is forward. I'm assuming it's forward, back, and left is the options, but I could be wrong. Alright, here he goes. So second option first. After this. Pause it. Alright. Alright. And then here he'll pick the He's got a longer segue of stuff to say. He's now got another option. Did we not hit the button? So there's the spider again. So apparently I didn't hit the button? I don't know. Why did he get that option?
CD Jillian, I think, is trapped in an infinite loop, doomed to repeat over and over while the Snatchers first go to phase 2.
Pretty much.
LOL.
So he had a other option to pick on one of these hallways.
I think he's on a treadmill and the background is on rollers.
Yeah, he's definitely he's lost in the sewer. And that's why I left it on that that thing that says how far did this bloody thing go. All right. Maybe I didn't hit the button when I hit. Oh my god. I thought I hit the button. How many times do I hit the button? 5? So I can't go backwards here. This should be our spiders. If I'm right. No, it's not my spiders yet. Forward. There's that spider. This is awful, guys. Come on. Ah! Okay. Found where the damn spider is, that's for sure. So, I don't know what I did wrong on his walkthrough, but I'm not getting the same results as he is. Alright, we'll walk over here. Alright, there's the Snatcher skull. Great. All right. That's perfect. That's what I want to do. Just keep freaking falling off this. Oh, good. Here's our spiders. That at least means I can get back to our switch and try that again. Yeah, my phone battery's dead, so I had to go charging. I'm gonna have to go grab it because this is getting ridiculous. Alright, this time I beat him. I'm slightly ahead of him now. Alright, I'll wait for him to finish shooting his spiders.
Why is Jillian being attacked by spiders?
They're like security for the Snatchers. Alright. Doing exactly how he does it, hopefully. Go ahead and run his playback speed a little slower. So he eventually just gets his top option, which is push the button. I'm waiting for him to get this option. Yep. Don't know what they're saying. I'll figure it. Alright, here we go. Gonna walk off the edge again. Just like he does. Or maybe should I go straight or should I go the opposite way? They're talking more. This is good. This is what I wanted. Yes, keep doing whatever you're doing. Keep talking things. Yeah, keep saying things. Oh, there it is. Freaking... Yeah! 20 minutes later. That was a very pointless maze. So glad they did it. Wait, what? Maybe I'm not done.
LOL.
Alright, waiting for his little option to come up. What are these three options? Alright. It's going too fast. Like, I definitely got a good conversation here. All right.
Yet quite some text.
Yeah, he's at that text right now. I paused him because he kept on going too fast. I wanted to make sure I was hitting the right buttons. So I was joking around with, here we go. Joking around with my wife that we was watching one of those, I don't know, something on TLC, but there was a preview for something about celebrity therapy or something stupid. And it's like, and he's internationally known. I'm like, well, technically I'm internationally known. I mean, not by a lot of people, but, you know,
I saw someone named Alpha Flood today.
international.
Everybody run. Just invaded the chat.
That's pretty funny.
In a way, yeah.
Bugs are coming. How's that walk going for you, Sega CD? Enjoying your stroll down the sewer? Eventually they'll find the Ninja Turtles and we'll be in a different game. Come on, be out. This is a good conversation. I have a feeling it's the same thing we talked about before on the Sega CD, just in a video. They just broke it up into a conversation through the sewers. Oh, thank God we're finally out. Hold on. Yes, honey.
つまりクイーン病院とチューブライナーがつながっていた。
そうです。スナッチャーはこのチューブライナーの地下道を利用して移動してたんです。彼らは紫外線を嫌います。そのために日の当たらないこの地下道を経由して活動していたに違いありません。どうして気がつかなかったんでしょう。シティには地下鉄線が縦横無尽に走っていることを。しかも廃線となった今では誰の目にも留まることなく移動できます。
そうか。ギブスンが殺された工場跡で人影が忽然と消えたのもこの地下道を使ったんだ。
そのようですね。あの工場跡の下にもチューブライナーが通っています。工場跡の砂が数方向に落ちていたことも説明がつきます。
なるほど。 奴らが人目につかずに太陽光線を避けながら移動していた裏にはこんなトリックがあったのか。
スナッチャーの発見が遅れたのもこれで納得いきます。
よし、チューブライナーに沿って進もう。最寄りの駅に着けば外に出られるかもしれない。
All right, now everybody's walking. Everybody's walking. Let's keep the walking up. But the Sega CD has better footprints. All right. I think we're in the same spot now. Happy days. Little does he know he's been walking for 10 minutes. Alright, just in case it's bugs.
Look, metal, light!
Okay, it's not
Yes,
the bugs.
This doesn't look like a station.
There's a ladder.
Where do you suppose it leads, Gillian?
I don't have the slightest, but let's climb it and see.
All right, now climbing the ladder. We seem to have emerged into an odd place. Wait, this room.
It's Freddie Nielsen's bathroom. He was
How'd they
using
get
this
to, like,
shaft
wasn't
from
his on the
bathtub
third
to get
story?
down into the subway. So
That means he
that's
went
how
through
did that.
3 stories.
Ah, yes. As I recall, after
Creepy.
you disposed of Lisa,
Saturn's
you somehow
creepy.
entered the apartment without using the regular entrance.
Which he accomplished by using this secret passage into his bathtub.
The bathtub must be of a double construction. The bottom is actually a lid. When they wanted to hide the passage, all they needed to do was fill the tub. And to get in and out, they would just drain the water into another tank.
Jeez.
How did we not see that after we were
Double-bottom
strangled?
bathtubs, abandoned subways? Snatchers really go out of their way to stay out of the sun.
Okay, Gillian, let's head outside.
I'm gonna wait for the Saturn to stop talking. We're saving. All right, we're now. Whew. Finally. That maze was not pleasant. Well, yeah. Oh, God. That was not fun at all. How are you doing, sir? That's it? Like, all of that talk about it? And they just says that? Okay, anywho. Getting out of this place. Well, there's a taxi. Good, good. Should we board the taxi, guys? Huh. Uh-oh.
Is he dead?
He's junk now. Stubborn one, wasn't he?
Only one shot
Jeez.
took him out on the
He
Saturn.
made it through that explosion and was waiting for us out here. If those things ever get control of the city, there's no way we'll ever get it back. We've got to stop them before that.
And to do that, we have to prevent the chief from getting to the Kyoto summit.
Yeah, it was.
I know.
A lot better than
I
his
have
bugs.
to pay back my debt to Random.
Let's
Wait.
use this taxi to get back
He's
to
left-handed
Jumper
in one
headquarters.
and right-handed in the other.
I planned on it. I just hope Mika and Harry are safe.
That's a weird change.
Economy on Saturn. Sega on Mega.
Right. All right. This doesn't look good. I have a feeling that... I will move one at a time just in case.
I'm guessing you are nearing the end.
At least of Act 3 or Act 2. There we go. All right, so now we need to... I don't know what this last option is here. So we got... Alright, there we go. This one gave me the booth. Alright. There we go. Alright. Now we got the both options. Ugh.
All right, I'm going to open it, but please use extreme caution. Anything could be inside.
We're going to wait till we know what's inside. Alright, we're okay.
Mika! Mika, are you all right? Metal, how is she?
Her pulse is normal. The only external injuries are to her forehead, and they are not serious. There's been no significant blood loss.
Mika, come on, snap out of it. It's me, Gillian.
Gillian? Gillian.
Mika, what happened?
Gillian, the chief. The chief is a snatcher.
So he's finally shown his true colors.
Harry's.
Right?
What's happened to Harry?
We know
Harry put me in the pod and sealed the main door. He locked the
There's a nice
Snatcher in.
sewer.
That was
Plenty of
smart.
time to think
Not even
about
a
where you're
Snatcher can
going.
get through this shield.
So where's Harry?
He said keep the door sealed no matter what happens in there. And then he went in. Gillian, please help him.
Harry! Mika, open the door. I'm going in. Metal, we're going in. Be careful. That Snatcher could be hiding anywhere.
Yes, sir.
Gillian, please be careful. The chief is very cunning. Don't let your guard down.
Don't worry. I'll watch myself in there.
Alright. This is probably where all the fun happens. Oh no!
Harry!
Oh, Gillian, is that you? I'm getting old. Just look at me.
What happened?
I saw the chief messing with your turbo cycle. And that weird picture in his office.
Metal, how is he? Metal!
I do not wish to say.
Really?
It's a million ducks.
Gillian, when I confronted him about what I saw, he showed me what he really was. I was barely able to even scratch him.
That's enough, Harry. I understand. Metal, is there anything we can do for him?
Gillian, I'm sorry.
Harry, you'll be okay. Doesn't look like you're hurting too bad. This'll work out perfect.
Yeah, Shay, you'll be super.
We're working too hard anyway. Why don't you take a nice long vacation somewhere and rest up?
Yeah, sure. Nice try, Gillian, but it's my body. I know I ain't gonna make it.
A little twinkle in his eye.
You were a good kid, Gillian.
Harry!
I don't know how to say this right, but I've always had a special feeling about you. I've always had trouble talking to people since I was little, like my father. What I can remember of him.
Pulse and blood pressure falling.
Harry, hang in there. You and I were gonna go out and tie one on, remember?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. You, me, and Jean, the three of us.
But John is...
Metal, quiet!
Gillian, I've lived my life alone. I didn't know my parents or family. Always so stubborn, glued to my research. I never really trusted anybody. That was a mistake.
Dramatic music is too loud. I can't hear what they're saying.
Continuing to fall.
Harry?
After Jean died, I felt it. Human warmth, companionship.
I know what you mean.
Gillian, I just wanted to get along with everybody. I don't need no Nobel Prize. For 50 years, I've been searching, trying to find something.
Slowly
I've
getting
lost.
blood in his mouth. Going down his beard.
Looks like I'll never find it now.
Gillian, he's about...
Looks like I've been talking too much.
And the
It's up
power
to you
crystals
now,
on
Gillian. I'm
on Power
finished.
Rangers.
You won't forget this, old grouch.
What?
will ya?
Harry!
Gillian.
You always wait until there's a
Gillian,
scene.
you've got to believe in yourself. You're the last junker.
Harry! Harry!
Pulse 0. Pupils.
Hooray! And the Hendersons.
Cunningham! No! Snatcher! I'll get you for this!
We have no time for grieving. That's Snatcher is still hiding somewhere here in headquarters.
Listen to me. If that Snatcher gets me, you've got to take Mika and run. Then you've got to blow up Junker headquarters. Blow it sky high. You understand me?
Yes, sir. I just hope it doesn't come to that. So, where should we start our search?
Well, I'm gonna first start our search by helping Lily. She's playing Kirby on the Wii. All right. I assume we want to go to all the rooms except for the chief's office. So we'll go to all the rooms first. Well, I'll do it on the Sega CD first. Alright, so nothing here. Hold on. Hey, there it is. Alright, so good. Let's look. Search, there's search. Alright, we got the computer room. We need detective's room.
That's why it's red.
Having a feeling we're not going to find anything until we get to the chief's office, but Aw, boo. All right, here we go to the chief's office, I guess. All right, so. Really? We gotta go through all the rooms again? There we go. Now we got something different. Okay, cool.
Is his hat on his stomach in the Saturn version?
No,
Is that extra blood?
that was extra blood. His hat was in the hallway, like laying around. Both of them. It's blood.
First glance, I thought the guy's whole top hat was blown off.
Oh crap. There we go. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna do this Saga CD first.
The lighting control system has been destroyed.
Right?
Distance to motion readings increasing.
Is he trying to run?
Motion readings have vanished.
You got past me this time, Snatcher.
Headquarters emergency lighting has been activated.
Can we find him again?
We should go after him immediately.
We'll find him. We know he's somewhere inside headquarters.
The Snatcher has been wounded. We should look for traces of blood.
I don't know if to search everything again. Oh wait, it just says I need to move to the rooms on this one, so I shouldn't have to search. I should just move to each one of the rooms. Okay. Move.
They should have a whole liquid ball with napalms and an emergency nuclear device.
That'd be fun. Alright, that's all we gotta do is look for bloodstain. We've been engineered to detective computer room.
We need his Master Chief.
He just causes bloodstains. All right.
Master Chief can be Terminator easily. With his mere hands.
The main door has been opened. Did Mika open it?
Wait, Mika's not in the pod. What happened?
The lighting has been disconnected.
Don't move, Seed.
Cunningham, is that you?
I read motion. He is definitely in here.
Where are you? Show yourself.
I'm right here. I don't need to run or hide from you.
Mika!
No, Gillian, don't move. It's a trap.
A hostage? You cowardly scum! Mika, why did you open the entrance?
I don't know. I was really scared. I mean, the emergency light's coming on so suddenly.
Seed, go ahead and shoot. But you'd better be a pretty good shot, or this kid goes home in a bag.
Shoot, Gillian. Kill this thing. Don't worry about me.
Mika!
What are you going to do?
I have you now, Junker.
That's it? The damn spiders are worse than that guy. Alright.
The Snatchers' functions have been terminated.
Mika, are you all right?
Yes. Yes, I think so. Thank you.
Harry? I got him. Random? Sorry it took so long, but this ought to make us even.
Junker? You may have stopped me, but it's not over yet.
Gillian, this is just residual energy feedback. Its power levels are dropping rapidly.
Queen's Hospital was nothing more than a maintenance facility. We have comrades operating throughout the city, more than you can imagine. Now our plans will move into phase 2. For that, we will enlist the help of Professor Lorraine. You?
It's really nice of him to tell us all this.
Is meaningless as long as you don't get your memory back. Good luck, Junker.
My memory? Comrades? Professor Lorraine?
Harry. Why? Please tell me. Why do so many good people have to die?
Mika.
This is all wrong.
Mika, don't worry. I won't let anybody else die. I've made a promise to Harry.
Oh,
and
whatever. Really? I can't shoot
But
her
the
arm in
city
this
is
one?
Still full of Snatchers. This fight is just beginning.
Gillian, I have an urgent video call from Jamie. I'll connect you.
Gillian, I've got my memory back. I remember everything.
Your memory? So what about us, Jamie? Who are we?
There we go, finally.
Terrible. What we've done.
Jamie, what's wrong?
I can't tell you something like this over the video phone. I would have been better off never remembering.
Okay, Jamie, calm down. I'll head out right now. Where are you?
Yeah, you
Is
could.
it snowing?
I'm sorry, Gillian. I can't
Ah, okay.
tell you.
It doesn't
They've
kill
taken
her.
our boy hostage.
Our boy? Who?
Professor Modner is here too.
Jamie, what are you talking about?
I'm so sorry.
Snatcher!
Gillian!
We have Professor Lorraine. We only require her cooperation for a short period here at the Kremlin. So for now, I suggest you avoid doing anything foolish, Professor Seed.
Well, then, we might be able to wrap this up today. What do you think?
With the start of this year's Kyoto Summit just 3 hours away, the delegates from the participating countries are beginning to arrive at the conference center. A major poll of domestic and international opinion, carried out just last week, shows that the vast majority of respondents favor a complete quarantine of Neo Kobe as a means to combat the risk of the Snatchers.
Right?
Now that the chief's death has been confirmed, it won't be long before they strip us of our junker authorization.
But they don't
We'll be
disappoint a new
deciding
chief.
how to handle Neo Kobe at the summit in just 3 hours.
There are rumors that they're going to use nukes on the city to make sure the Snatchers are wiped out.
That's ridiculous. Come on, this is the 21st century.
That may not be as improbable as it seems. The world's leaders are extremely concerned about the Snatcher problem.
The chief was going to calm this hysteria in his speech at the summit, but that'll never happen now.
3 months ago, government pressure on junker operations increased dramatically. Gillian's transfer here was really our last chance.
Our own chief was snatched. It's not too surprising they don't want to trust us anymore.
I've heard that the Army and FBI are going to take over operations now.
That's correct. That too will be officially decided in 3 hours' time.
3 hours, eh? Is there any way we can find their hideout in that time?
If we don't, we and everybody else in this city are finished.
And it's not this one.
As far as they're concerned, we're just like a
Oh, really?
cancerous tumor that has to be cut out.
We have to hit the Snatchers' headquarters before then.
Gillian, can you do it?
Nope.
If we only knew where it was, I should be able to manage something.
I don't know. Wasn't there enough
Hitting their
things
outposts
talking
like
about
Queen's Hospital won't do any good. We
Moscow?
have to find their main nerve center.
What about the memory of that snatcher who was impersonating the chief?
Just like the others, it was completely blanked. It's a form of self-destruct mechanism that they use.
Wait a minute. Metal, what about tracing that video phone call from Jamie?
It was no good. The call didn't last long enough. Still, it definitely did come from within the city.
Damn. Where are they hiding?
Gillian, can't you remember anything at all? Didn't Jamie say something that implied you were somehow connected to the Snatchers?
Nothing. I can't remember a damn thing. Metal, I want you to tell me everything you know about me. Why was I sent to Junker headquarters? Where did I come from?
Gillian...
Metal, the chief's dead. Tell me everything you know about me.
Well, you see...
Metal!
All right.
He's a snatcher.
With the chief gone, you are the highest-ranking officer here.
You knew all along?
Of course.
Where were we rescued from?
3 years ago, you and Jamie were taken into protective custody in the Siberian Neutral Zone by the 17th Siberian Investigative Force. More precisely, you were discovered in cryogenic sleep pods in an underground bunker near Moscow.
Cryogenic sleep pods? You mean they were frozen?
This is a photograph of the bunker. There is no record of when you were placed there. In addition, the third pod was empty at the time you were discovered.
There were 3 pods?
You were revived and taken into custody by the army. Apparently, as a result of the extended sleep, both of you suffered from complete amnesia. However, another theory suggests your memories may have been intentionally erased. This is the only piece of evidence found at the site.
That's Harry's picture, from when he was a kid.
They did such a damn good job with the Sega CD port.
They did.
That's correct. Harry is Gillian and Jamie's son. It's been confirmed by DNA tests.
Harry? Harry was my son?
Using the information gained from the photo, it was established that you are Gillian Seed and your wife, Jamie Lorraine. Both of you are American citizens, born in the late 1960s.
The 1960s?
Yeah, really.
In addition, both of you vanished without a trace in 1989. There is no other information available about you after that.
Holy fuck.
1989?
It's messed up.
Yes. You come from a world that's been gone for 50 years.
But what does that have to do with the Snatchers?
When the 17th Special Investigative Force was bringing the two of you out, there was an accident. Though the two of you were all right, most of the 17th was killed. One of them was a Snatcher. Of course, before their departure, they all underwent thorough examinations. So, if one of them was snatched...
It had to be somewhere in Siberia, right?
That's correct. And in order to attempt to determine the origin of the Snatcher, as well as your true identities, you were assigned to Junker headquarters. The hope was that exposure to the Snatchers would help you regain your memories.
Moscow? 50 years ago?
Almost everyone who was in Moscow at the time was killed in the catastrophe.
So Gillian and Jamie are the only living witnesses?
Harry. Harry was my son. Did he know?
No, it was highly classified information. He was never told.
I was never able to do anything for him.
Wait a minute, Gillian. Didn't Jamie say something about taking a boy hostage?
That's right. They must know about Harry and are using him to threaten her.
We have to find their headquarters quickly.
We've only got 3 hours.
Gillian, let's think this all through again. We may get some kind of a hint out of it.
You're right. There may be some clue in the way they're operating.
All right. Let's go over what we know about them.
Okay. Ultraviolet rays. Wait. Oh, ultraviolet rays. I better wait for this one to catch up, so I don't have to guess the wrong ones over and over. Sure, why not? Nukes are always the answer, don't you know? Why else would we develop them except to blow things up? Godzilla runs off of radiation. What do? You nuke him. Oh, why is he stronger? Who knows? There's a giant meteor coming from Earth. Nuke it. All right. All right. We'll wait. My gosh.
I think we need a bomb that replaces radiation for more explosives, or shrapnel.
Or maybe we just put COVID-19 in bombs. Seems to be doing a pretty good job right now of screwing everyone's life up. And it doesn't destroy your planet. Just wipes out people. Oh my gosh, the Japanese one's still talking. I didn't think I waited that far behind, did I? I guess I did.
machines, that's a great idea. But they're machines.
Ah. There we go. Now we're gonna catch up to each other. Alright, now we're on the same page.
And Halo won't work either.
Ah, crap. Alright. He's abandoned. So they were able to move around without being noticed.
Are machines considered sentient life? I highly doubt they can be infected by the flood.
If they're self-aware, is that sentience? Why does it give me more options on this? There we go.
That's my definition of sentience.
So then, yeah, the flood can affect them. This is a nice recap, isn't it?
In other words, this homing instinct thing of theirs has led them to set up their headquarters in some place that reminds them of home, or their creator.
What part of this city is like Moscow?
Moscow's really cold, right? They get a lot of snow, don't they?
Snow?
No snow has been recorded in Neo-Kobe in several years.
Well, then that's not it.
Wait, what about that pollen? That crystal bioengineered stuff, Snow 9.
Now that you mention it, wasn't it snowing on Jamie's video phone call?
That's right. Their hideout has to be somewhere close to the Ina River.
The Ina River flows for miles around here, Gillian. We could never search it all in time.
Gillian, let's look at a map of the areas investigated so far. This is an enlarged view of the southwest portion of the city around the Ina River. This blue area is that in which Snow 9 is present. Now I'll superimpose a chart of the abandoned tube liner tunnels. From this, we can establish those areas with Snow 9, which are accessible by subway tunnel.
Damn. Nice try, but it's still too large. We could never cover it in 3 hours.
Don't give up so fast, Gillian. What about that image of home thing we were talking about? Maybe there's some kind of geographic similarity. Maybe the same view can be seen or something.
I'll display a map of Moscow alongside.
What's this?
Look, the rivers are exactly the same shape.
This is the Moscow River over here.
It looks like we're on the right track, Metal. Show us the location that Jamie and I were picked up from.
All right. Right here.
Metal, before the catastrophe, what was at this location?
The headquarters for the entire Soviet Union, the Kremlin.
The Kremlin? That Snatcher said something about taking Jamie to their Kremlin.
Metal, what spot in Neo Kobe would match up with the location of Moscow's Kremlin?
Calculating. This is the spot. It's presently occupied by an old church. It's rather large, but reports indicate it's been abandoned for nearly 20 years.
Convenient.
And it's right in the middle of the Snow 9 and subway area.
That's it. That's their headquarters. Their new Kremlin.
Gillian, let's go.
Wait, Gillian. I want to go with you.
Sorry, Mika.
Hey, I'm a junker too, you know.
I know, and you're a great one at that.
So take me with you then.
You head to the summit to warn the delegates. They haven't given up, you know.
The summit's in Kyoto. I'm not going to be the only one to run.
You've got to convince them not to use nukes on Neo Kobe.
We found their hideout. There's no need now to sink the whole island.
Yes, but...
It's a tough job. Can you do it?
Okay, Gillian. I'll do what I can.
Thanks. Thank you, Mika.
Don't say it, okay?
Let's go, Gillian.
Gillian?
Yes? What's wrong?
How about dinner sometime?
Dinner?
Yeah, you know, dinner.
Mika.
Not interested. I thought it would be nice, you know, to kick back, relax. It's Christmas after all.
Christmas, huh? I'll be back by then.
Gillian, we have to hurry.
That's a promise, right? I heard you.
Yeah, okay. But I gotta go to church first.
I'll see you soon then.
Okay, Metal, let's go.
Yes, definitely saving after all that. No kidding. Okay. Let's head to the church. Take me to church.
I've input the map data on the Kremlin's locations. Lift off. Flight configuration, now gaining altitude.
Yeah.
Jamie, please be safe.
Gillian, please keep in mind that we're working with a strict time limit.
A 50-year debt in 3 hours. Snow!
Snow 9, to be specific. We've entered the Snow 9 region. Please put on your breathing filter. Direct inhalation is dangerous.
All right.
Radio transmissions will also be impossible from this point on. Understood? Now descending. Conversion to hover configuration complete. Gillian, we've arrived.
Thanks, buddy. Looks nice. All right, good times.
All right, now opening the door.
What's wrong? Won't open?
I've scanned it, and it's not locked. It is probably rusted into place.
Not surprising. After all, our friends always go in and out through the basement.
Let's push it together.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
That got it.
They have to add more options. They pray? Oh no. Oh no, it's her. It's my girlfriend or wife. Oh, it's random? Come on. Alright. We're getting it.
I don't know much of the Prometheans since I haven't gotten that far in the series, but can they be affected by the blood?
I don't remember. Wow, that's a lot of Snatchers. Alright, so we can go ahead and hit buttons here. My gosh. More crap that the Saturn added.
Another maze.
Damn it! No, just Snatcher bugs. Of course, Sega CD. They're just like, yeah, here you go. Saturn's like, here's some more crap you got to deal with for no reason. It's called a bonus features for acquiring the newer version of it. We wanted to add more stuff to you. Your experience. Extra value.
I googled it. The blood can only infect biological creatures.
Damn it!
So the blood can infect a Pikachu, but not an agronomist.
Okay.
This is madness.
This is Turbo Controller. Here, I'd like to let you hear the gunshots. What, Lily? Yeah, baby. Turbo, baby. That's what we need. Hold on. Let me go check on Lily. Yes, honey. Yes.
Good thing you cheated. I'm too invested in the plot to deal with that.
Good job getting to him, by the way. Yeah, that is hard. Wow, she got to the first boss of Kirby Adventures in Wonderland or Dreamland or whatever it is on the Wii. So, good job for her. Now I got a different controller. There we go. Now we're in the same room because, you know, the Saturn hates us. All right, so we're here. We want to look at the area.
It must be nice being able to play almost any game on any system.
Right? Pretty much. Well, I've got over 8,000 games, not counting anything that bootleg wise. I don't count those games, so you know. We're playing games that I own right now. Investigate containers. That's what I need to do. "23rd Siberian Investigation Force."
Only 8,000.
Yep, that's it. Slacking.
How are you not bored, Captain?
I know, right? I need to go pick up some new ones. All right.
Someday, eventually, I will be able to purchase a modded Xbox, and the Pokemon in my head will cheer.
Pika Pika! I gotta get used to this new controller. Delicious. Alright, investigate the area. Alright, I have a feeling I'll be able to walk back without a problem with the Sega CD, and then I'll have to do something stupid on the Saturn. Alright, here we go. Get ready for some more stupid shooting, I bet. Oh no! This is gonna give me the room. I like it. Thank you, Saturn. Oh my gosh, they haven't even developed nipples yet. Wait. Saturn almost has a nipple. Yep. Okay, there you go. Almost a nipple. Ew.
Snatcher の本体エンドースケルトンに人工皮膚をかぶせていくプロセスです。まず裸のスナッチャーをスナッチする対象人物に合わせてサイズ変更を行っています。体型やサイズは各ユニットのスリットを伸縮して調整。性別はセックスユニットの変更で顔は各自のデータにより下顎、上顎、頬骨、側頭骨、歯並びなどを調整してコピーしているようです。
ギブソンが言ってたようにこの方法だとスナッチできるサイズに限界がある。
Oh, whoops, sorry.
Children, the elderly, or people who are very tall or heavy.
Don't you understand it?
This is where the artificial muscles attach.
Is it organic?
No, it appears to be coated with a type of plastic gel capable of mechanical response. Like human muscles, it creates mechanical energy through chemical reactions. And this is where the artificial skin is attached.
Good night, Hells. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Developed using biotechnological protein design techniques from rejecting the inorganic material below, they attach it gradually over a number of days.
And this is the stuff that gets cancer if they stay out in the sun too long.
Finally, they attach body and scalp hair. The process involves transplant of synthetic hair follicles as well, so the hair will grow back if it's lost.
What about scars or birthmarks?
It would appear that they make those adjustments at this point in the process, as they would for wrinkles to simulate age.
going to save here.
I'd expect their base to have a small army protecting them.
You would think, right? Maybe they didn't think anyone would figure it out. I have a feeling this might be really close to the end, so I don't want to forget to save. Alright,
So this is where the whole thing begins. The endostructures arrive here from the Kremlin. Then they convert them into copies of their victims. And finally, they head out into the city using the old subway system.
With artificial skin maintenance being handled at Queen's Hospital.
But who's behind all this?
Gillian, look at this. There are some finished Snatchers over here.
Get a load of this. The U.S. President, the Prime Ministers of Japan, and the UK.
Gillian, you're in here too.
Figures. They were looking to snatch every VIP at the summit.
And the last junker, you. It definitely looks like they plan on moving out beyond Neo Kobe.
If they were to snatch every major world leader, they'd practically be able to control the planet. Still, that's odd. With their flawed skin, pulling something off like that would really be difficult.
Chin said they had found the key to developing a perfect artificial skin. Maybe they've already produced it.
No idea. But the number
Hold
of
on,
Snatchers
sweetie.
here makes it clear that they're up to something new.
Gillian, this is definitely their nest. We should destroy everything.
Not yet. Not until we found Jamie. Metal, how much time do we have left?
The summit should have begun by now. We don't have much time. And once our legal privileges are suspended, I won't be able to help. In fact, I'll be forced to restrain you.
I know. If the military wants to avoid nukes and goes for a surgical strike on this facility, what would they likely use?
Probably a phased particle beam from one of the attack satellites.
A phased particle beam, huh? That'll wipe this complex right off the map.
Everything, including the soil, will simply evaporate. The attack will leave just a large crater.
Metal, can you convince them to give me another hour? Even 30 minutes will help.
Understood. I'll try my best.
And I'll try to find and rescue Jamie in that time.
I can't transmit here due to interference from the Snow 9. I'll have to leave the area and then send the message.
All right, do it, Metal.
Gillian, don't forget. 30 minutes. You must get out before then.
I understand.
Gillian, I'm sorry I couldn't help you better.
Don't worry about it. I'll be able to move faster by myself anyway. 30 minutes should be plenty. Go, Metal.
Yes, sir. Don't forget. 30 minutes.
it's probably a real countdown too.
30 minutes? Oh, this is gonna be tight. That room's the only place left to check. Let's take a look.
Who are you talking to? Crap. I didn't realize it was starting at the same time. Going for the Saturn first.
This is ludicrous.
All right. All right, got the Saturn one done. I gotta figure out a turbo controller for my Genesis, so give me a second. Oh my god. Let's see. All right, here's what I found. Got this Genesis controller, turbo, and extension cable because it's on the other side over here. So give me a moment to switch this around. See, I've been using the wireless controller, so I didn't have to worry about this. But I gotta... All right, now I got the extension. Okay. Let's do this. No! What's wrong with this controller? No, that's not registering. That controller didn't work. But it worked to start it though, didn't it?
Would backfire LUL.
It's not letting me pull out my gun. So the A buttons doesn't work on the controller.
Is the turbo too fast that it's not registering in game?
No, the problem is that the A button's not registering. So I press A and nothing happens. So I can't pull out the gun.
For the Saturn. Yeah, for Saturn. But if I remember, the Sega CD only let you set off a certain number of shots at a time. Oh yeah, Mom said, in my own words, "Hey, let's get food, what do you want?"
Let's try that turbo touch. See if it works.
She reassured me everything would be fine, and Carla took Mom's credit card and bought Arby's for us and Indies for Zach. Promising Doug LUL.
Come on, pull out the gun. Pull out the gun. If this doesn't work, it might be my extension cord. Here we go. Oh my god, thank you, Turbo Touch controller.
Whew. I wasn't ready for that. They almost got me. All right, let's open the next door. Doesn't look like there's anything here. Whoa!
My top corner is not working that well on that. Please don't make me fight those stupid bugs again. No, I do have to fight the bugs again. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm on like the last battle. I'll be up. Look, I got shot in the last one.
Whew. I wasn't ready for that. They almost got me.
Rob should turn off the turbo for the Snatchers.
All right.
You're
let's
probably
open
right.
The next door.
Yeah. Well, it's the turbo is more of a, I've got to get the directional pad to work right. So I've got to keep my finger on it the whole time for
Doesn't
it to,
look like
to
there's
censor
anything
my
here.
hand.
The insectors are the toughest fight in the game.
There we go.
Jeez.
Do we have any more?
These
Or is
guys
that
are
the...
tough. Of course, I didn't exactly expect them to welcome me with open arms. Okay, let's try this next door.
All right, so let me go ahead and get the Saturn. I think I might still have another battle on the Saturn.
Jamie, are you all right?
Gillian, you came for me.
Are you hurt?
Okay,
no,
good.
They won't lay a finger on me. Not until the new artificial skin is completed anyway.
Artificial skin research? You?
Gillian, I've got my memory back. All of it.
What happened? Tell me, Jamie.
They said they'd kill him. They said they'd kill Harry. They forced me. I had to help them with the skin development. They said I had to help them because the professor was ill. Wasn't getting any better. Gillian.
Harry is already dead with the
Harry,
Hendersons.
He's our son. He's been living on his own now for 50 years.
Jamie, I'm afraid that Harry's...
There was nothing I could do. They forced me. But I can't do it anymore.
Jamie!
The professor... He just died. He was over 100.
The professor? What? This old man?
Don't you remember? It's Professor Modner. Professor Petrovich Modner.
What? This old man is Modner?
He's been confined here for 3 years now, just to develop the Snatchers' artificial skin. Terrible. Doing that to your own father.
Whose father? Jamie, I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
You really can't remember,
gotcha.
can you?
Jamie, tell me. Tell me who I am. What were
Batman.
we doing at the Kremlin?
Are you sure you really want me to, Gillian? It's all so awful, but if you must know, I'll tell you. Try to remain calm, okay? 56 years ago, you and I were involved in a top-secret Soviet project. It was still during the time of the Cold War. The gulf between East and West was as wide as ever. Everybody was worried about nukes. At that point, the world's armies were at their largest ever. Leaders still believed that a strong military meant a strong nation. There were rumors that there would be an agreement to end the production of nuclear weapons. On the other hand, the major powers like the US began to get involved in a space weapons race. But not the Soviets. The conservative despots in the Kremlin had another, completely different idea for gaining military superiority. A horrible plan, something no one else would think of. At that time, the countries of the communist bloc were facing an economic crisis. Popular movements pushing for democracy were springing up all over. Communism itself was facing extinction. Facing pressure from the reformers, the Kremlin began to panic.
All right.
And that's when that horrible
Right, I'm about
childish
to. I'm
plan
gonna go
was
take Lily
launched.
upstairs so she can
And
start
that
eating
was the
dinner.
Snatcher project.
Because it says this is about a half
Replace
hour
your
long,
enemies' leaders with
according
puppets
to
of
the
your
walkthrough.
own.
I just read that.
Then you control their governments, their economies,
I
take
pretty
over a
much
country
know
from
what
the
they're gonna
inside
say.
out.
Hold on.
That's right, Gillian. And to develop these robots, they assembled some of the most brilliant scientific minds from around the world. Some of them were even brought in against their will. At the crux of that development effort was a group called the Frankenstein Project Team. You and I were members of that team, Gillian. It was a 4-person team led by the late Professor Modner here. The robotics expert was Professor Modner himself. His son, Elijah Modner, handled genetics and microbiology. For nanobiology and picobiology, myself. And for behavioral science and psychology, you, Gillian. Early development was carried out at a lab in Novosibirsk, but was later moved to a secret facility under the Kremlin. At the time, the Glasnost and Perestroika movements were gaining momentum, and they rightly feared for the existence of the program if it should become known. But some of the reformers did learn of the project, and they conspired with the US to block it. Gillian, you were a CIA special agent sent by the United States to infiltrate and sabotage the project.
I was CIA?
Yes, and the government knows that. That's why you were assigned to the Junker team.
What? Who am I?
Work on the project continued to go smoothly. But then, on June 6th, 1996, there was that accident. A mysterious explosion at the Chernobyl facility spread a bacterial weapon that was under development there into the atmosphere, destroying the country and the project. Gillian, was it you? Did you set off that explosion?
What? You can't be serious. You think I caused the catastrophe?
Somehow, during the confusion, Professor Modner and our son Harry managed to get picked up by American agents. But we couldn't get out in time, you and I and Elijah. In a shelter below the Kremlin, we entered a cryogenic sleep. Our plan was to sleep there until the toxic effects of the bacteria were safely passed.
And then 48 years later, 3 years ago, we were discovered by the 17th Special Investigative Force.
Yes, but when they found us, Elijah's pod was already empty.
Elijah Modner? That guy whose picture was in the church? The one that looks like Random?
That's right, Elijah is alive! Elijah is here and working on the Snatchers.
Why don't you let me finish your little story?
Who's there?
It's been a while, hasn't it, Jamie?
What I missed.
Ah, yes. And Gillian. It's me, Jamie.
Elijah? Is that really you?
Random? No, not quite.
So you remember me, do you? I am Elijah Modnar, the only son of Professor Petrovich Modnar. I'm afraid I've grown somewhat old and feeble since we last met, however.
Elijah, why are you doing this? Your father, Professor Modner, he just... he passed away a few minutes ago.
What? My father? My father is dead?
Elijah! What happened to you? The Elijah I knew could never do anything like this.
I've changed, Jamie. These 40 years have changed me.
I can't believe it. What happened to you?
What happened to me? Jamie, do I actually have to explain it to you?
It's
Jamie,
a game, yes.
It's you. Your beauty is the cause of all that has come to pass here. 57 years ago, I was obsessed. With my research, yes. And with you, Jamie. At the time, I was still young, having just graduated with my genetic engineering degree. My father's connections got me on the team, and there, I met you. You were working as my father's assistant. Your beauty, your smile, I was stricken. I saw something in you that I never felt with women of my own country. You warmed my cold, young heart, Jamie.
He lost his
opened me
Russian accent.
And I couldn't stop my feelings.
Elijah.
Oh, I was so happy. The political situation was crumbling around us, but every day was a joy. I gained my father's trust, and with you there watching over me, I was able to work as hard as I ever have on the project.
Maybe Random's his kid?
However, my happiness did not last for long. Gillian, it was you. You showed up and all was ruined. You arrived and joined our project team.
So Random was a snatcher also?
Jamie found comfort.
Sort of?
From
or just a Rubit?
Your relationship grew quickly. And all I could do was stand by and watch. Jamie and Gillian fell in love, were joined, and even had a child.
Harry.
Even then, my feelings for you only grew stronger. Worried about me, my father tried to have me removed from the project, but I persisted. Jamie, I always wanted to be near you. And then, the democratic movements that had consumed the rest of the Eastern Bloc spread to our country as well.
Oh, good.
The Cold War was over. The hardliners who had pushed for its development were stripped of power and the project was cancelled. The reformers, trying to cover up the existence of such a crazed project, ordered that all materials related to it be destroyed and that we stand trial for our actions. Jamie and Gillian were to be returned to their homeland. That's about the time that I learned that you, Gillian, that you were a CIA agent, and that you were trying to pass documents on our research to your military. The country had sold us out. I'm no politician. I couldn't care less about what happened to the country. All I cared about was my research and Jamie. And I was to lose all of that, everything. For someone so young, you cannot understand how great of a shock that was.
Elijah.
That is when I decided, I swore I would see that secret, crazed project through to the end. At the time, the bioroids were 80% finished. The main part, their endostructure, was essentially completed. But we still were having trouble with the artificial skin. The area that Jamie and I were assigned to. We called it artificial skin, but there was of course no need to duplicate T lymphocytes, Langerhans cells, or endocrine cells. All we needed was keratinized cells and melanocytes to provide the pigment. With the artificial protein development techniques that we had in those days, full-scale synthetic cell development was very difficult. Research like this took months, years. The original project called
So
for us
the
to
Saturn one's talking
simultaneously
about their
snatch an
wedding.
entire country. In other words,
They didn't talk about the
whole
wedding on this
nation,
one.
or an entire city had to be snatched over the course of one night. For that reason, a powerful biological agent which could quickly and effectively kill the population of the country
Saturn's ahead
was
of
being
this.
simultaneously developed.
Lucifer Alpha.
That's right. A type RAO11 virus which another team was developing. For someone like myself, who was closely involved in the project, blowing up the lab was quite a simple...
Yeah, it is. It's like we don't need it to be an hour long.
Do you know what you're saying?
We'll cut some out.
That explosion killed half the world's population.
I moved all the materials and records essential to the Bioroid project into the shelter and executed my plan on June 6th. After sealing off the lab, I brought the two of you with me to the underground shelter and we entered a cryogenic sleep. But not before I programmed an atmospheric research satellite to transmit a wake signal when the danger from Lucifer Alpha had passed.
And 10 years later, Lucifer Alpha naturally mutated into a non-toxic form.
But the automatic revival system failed to work.
Oh no, it worked. Just as planned. It revived me 10 years later. A little sooner than the two of you, of course.
But even though you sealed the lab with the explosion and everything, you should have been exposed. Why weren't you?
Oh, I was. But by that time, the vaccine L Angels had already been developed.
So everything went just as you planned it then?
Yes, up until that point. But my real struggle was yet to come. My original plan was to revive Jamie as well, and for the two of us to finish the development of the Bioroids. You, Gillian, you were to stay asleep forever. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Not after looking at Jamie's peaceful face there in the pod. Besides, I could never have convinced her to work with me on the project anyway. I knew the time was not yet right, so I changed the timers of your pods to permanent on.
How could you do such a thing?
And so for the next 40 years,
I think we did it. I think it was the
Snatchers
Snatchers before.
and lonely room under the Kremlin, trying to complete the artificial skin for the Snatchers. For days and days, no one would visit me. I never saw the sun or felt the changing of the seasons. Still, I always had Jamie by my side. You were always there for me to talk to. Just you and I for 40 years.
Like Bioshock ending battle. Pop, you did.
Oh, you poor, poor man.
And then, 3 years ago, my research was finally completed. First, I snatched the Siberian Special Investigative Forces to establish a transport route for the Snatchers. And then, to test the effect of large-scale snatch operations, I chose Neo-Kobe City to be my experimental sample. Neo-Kobe is cut off from the surrounding areas, a sort of miniature country in itself, making it a perfect test site. And since it's a melting pot of various races, it would also allow me to gather extensive data on Snatcher modification and operational techniques. In addition, the element of suspicion or mistrust, which runs deep in Japanese culture, was another reason I chose this site.
But your test revealed a critical flaw in your machine's artificial skin.
Yes, quite unexpected, I'm afraid. All my research for 40 years. I gathered data and worked day and night to find a solution, but nothing seemed to work.
So that's why you decided to bring Professor Modner here, right?
That's correct. I discovered my father in one of the government's hospitals. He was old, but still very sound of mind. Naturally, he would not cooperate with me.
Of course not. He'd never become involved in something like that.
So, unable to receive his assistance, I decided that I had to have yours. But a mistake on my part allowed both you and Gillian to be taken into custody by the authorities first.
Just what are you trying to accomplish, Elijah? You must know you can never get Jamie back.
I'm only interested in discovering what I can of the human animal. In the past, it was because of Jamie. My motive is different now.
It sounds like you're just suffering from the wild arrogance that corrupts so many scientists.
Humans are such weak creatures. No matter how much they trust one another, the tiniest speck of suspicion can destroy it all. Look at how the Snatcher problem has caused such wild unrest. No matter how much science advances or how high we set our ideals, we eventually begin to suspect each other, to hate each other, and then to kill each other. The Snatchers are nothing more than a tool for bringing out this reaction. I am simply using the Snatchers to elicit the true nature of the human animal. I think this experiment has shown me the limits of human society. I sincerely doubt it will be able to reach any greater level of prosperity on its own.
I think the Saturn version's having trouble, or
what is needed is an absolute leader, a firm ruler who isn't affected by these trivial episodes of mistrust.
You're crazy if you think people would ever obey Snatchers.
Of course they wouldn't. But if they don't know...
Okay, so I think the Saturn one's having trouble loading.
There has been a time in every
we're finishing the
age
game
that the people
with this.
If
we don't see the Saturn credits, that's okay.
As long as they give the people no reason to suspect them, then they can easily become their gods. Indeed, a new race of super beings. We are almost there. Once we perfect the artificial skin, Snatchers will transcend man to become this planet's true human beings.
But you'll never get your perfect skin now. Professor Modner is dead.
I no longer have any use for my father. I have a sample of the new skin he developed. Once I've analyzed it, I'll be able to make as much as I need. Or if need be, we could simply culture the keratinized cells, epithelial cells, and melanocytes in the quantities that we need.
What are you talking about? How could you get a sample of perfected artificial skin?
Why don't you take a look at this? We found this in the rubble of Queen's Hospital.
Random.
Oh, an acquaintance of yours?
He's a Snatcher?
That term isn't exactly accurate. This bioroid was constructed by my father without my knowledge. He modeled it after me in my youth. He built it right here in this facility. And not only that, he programmed it to destroy Snatchers. This bioroid caused me serious difficulties. It's designed and built far better than my Snatchers. The machine itself thought it was human. My father input memories for it all the way back to childhood. Those too were apparently mine. Haven't you yet realized? Random Hajil is Elijah Modner spelled backwards. How like my father, silly old man. He did virtually overnight what I could not do in 40 years of effort. Furthermore, he makes a bioroid so perfect, even the bioroid itself believes itself to be real. What's more, the cells of the skin he developed are self-replicating. Once in place, no further transplants or culturing is necessary.
Is he dead?
Its main and locomotive systems are completely shut down. It's just scrap now. But the artificial skin is being kept alive. This we need. With this, we can move to phase 2 of our plan of full-scale infiltration of the world's major nations.
The summit's already over. You'll never succeed.
What does the summit matter? Nothing holds us back now that we have this perfect skin. We can
the
go
Saturn just finally started doing audio.
And there will be no way to tell us apart. I will have free control over the world. Nothing will be able to stop me. Politics and free thought will no longer have any meaning. My will alone will decide the course of
26 minutes so far. This has been going on.
You egomaniac. Do you think you can snatch the entire population?
There's a fully automated Snatcher factory under the Kremlin. Even as we speak, scores of new Snatchers are being born.
But no matter how hard you try, you won't be able to snatch the people's heart and soul. What do you hope to gain from this anyway?
Jamie, the human race is composed of fools. But I'm different. I will be its savior. Indeed, not just of mankind, but of all life on the planet.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Metal!
In 10 minutes, this church will be struck by a phased particle beam. I am guiding the beam from the attack satellite using GPS and 15 navigational satellites. The beam cannot miss. Everything in a 2 to 3 kilometer radius from me will be destroyed.
Stop this foolishness now. I will not have my research destroyed by some souped-up pocket calculator.
Yeah, he does.
Metal, what happened at the summit?
The delegates, worried about the Snatcher menace, voted unanimously to allow the use of nuclear weapons on the city. The military is presently imposing a quarantine on Neo Kobe.
What? Do they intend to kill everybody?
The populace is in a state of panic. However, they have agreed to lift the quarantine if this church is struck by the phased particle beam. This is our last chance. I will handle things here. Gillian, Jamie, you two must flee.
You insignificant mass of metal. You'll never...
One move and I detonate. Gillian, run!
Metal, this is crazy!
We can't let a single Snatcher get out of here. And this new artificial skin has to be destroyed as well.
I will not allow some talking scrap pile to get away with this.
But you're in a wheelchair. And as we know, the enemy of wheelchairs is stairs. Ha ha ha.
Grab this little one and take him out of here. Cowardly little robot.
You always were a real pain in the butt.
What's that?
I didn't realize he was in a wheelchair.
What? How did... You're supposed to be deactivated.
I don't go down that easy, old man.
Stop this foolish...
Shut up! Let's try to make our final moments peaceful, shall we? And you Snatchers, you touch the little guy and the old man's head comes off.
Random!
I've always hated being used. Why don't you watch the final act with me?
Gillian, you only have 5 minutes. The turbo cycle is just outside on standby.
5 minutes. All right, we're timing it. We're at 38.
I'm Elijah Modner.
We'll go with that. 3:38 is the time up.
I don't care if I'm an original or a copy or what. You and I are gonna die right here. If we both die, there won't be a copy anymore now, will there?
The stupid logic of a simpleton, of a machine.
Whatever it is, it's my will.
Machines have no will. Machines cannot sacrifice themselves.
We'll see about that.
You have 4 minutes. You must go. And don't forget to take care of the factory under the Kremlin.
Stop!
Gillian, even if these memories in my head are fiction...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Our memories of our
The Saturn one
time
finally
together are
decided
all
to
too
start
real,
working
Random.
again.
Gillian,
So now it's like behind
you
about
become
10
one
minutes.
hell of a junker.
Gillian,
Dear
it has
God.
been most recreational being your partner.
Oh, Metal.
You've wasted 2 minutes.
If you can, try to pick up the pieces for me, okay? Like we did for little Joe.
Little John? Oh! Okay, Metal.
Hurry! You only have 3 minutes!
Thanks.
That is correct.
Thanks, you
3
two.
minutes. That was
Jamie,
a
come
live.
on.
That was 2 minutes on the clock.
No! Don't let her go! No!
You pathetic old fool. You don't even know how to love someone.
You stupid machine! What is that idiotic grin supposed to mean?
By snatching you, I'm finally gonna get my real self back.
Random, there's less than 1 minute to go. Thanks to you, everything will be fine.
You
That's
don't owe me
incorrect.
any
You
thanks.
you
Sorry
still
to
have
get
2
you
minutes.
involved in such a big job.
But you know, you
You
can
did
speed
great.
things up if you want.
You're a hell of a junker.
3, 2, 1, here it comes!
Later, kid!
Fire! 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 I thought they was only gonna blow up the church. Why did that like blow up like the city?
Fifth Airborne Division has completed boarding. 7th Mechanized Infantry Team has completed boarding. 17th Special Engineering Squad report for boarding immediately.
So you're really going, aren't you?
It's our responsibility, too. Besides, if I go to Moscow, I may get some of my memory back. And if that happens, I'll be able to love you even more than I do now.
Aww.
Wait for me. I want to be with you, but first I've got to destroy this terrible factory of theirs.
3 kilometers around it.
Jamie, when I get back, let's try living together again. What do you say?
13th Special Operations Squad and all junker personnel report immediately for departure.
We'll be waiting for you too.
Katrina!
Oh yeah.
Mika! You're
Threesome.
here too?
You better be happy, Buster, with all these beautiful women seeing you off.
I'm happy you came. Let me introduce my wife.
Jamie Seed. I suppose it's a little odd introducing myself a second time, though.
What do you mean? You've never met them before, have you?
What are you talking about, Gillian? We're good friends.
Huh? Since when?
It's the first time I've met her in person, but I've spoken with her on the video phone a lot of times.
What? Have you guys been talking about me behind my back?
Okay. I only talked to Micah like twice.
All these ladies are GT gassing. No sequel Bible gum.
Right? How cool would that have been? Sister wives.
GoFundMe for a sequel.
Right? Right, there you go.
So have they finalized what they're going to do about Junker operations? I suppose this will end up being our last mission, huh?
Well, originally they were planning on disbanding the team, but now they've decided to keep us in business.
So that means...
That's right. We've been designated as one of the government's special police divisions. That puts us above the regular cops.
So the government has decided that crime...
I believe, isn't it made by the same people that ended up making Metal Gear, the game? So, Metal Gear 5, he's still there. He just made the,
Well, it's comforting to
what was
know
that
I've
new
got a
game
place
that
I
they
can
just
come
came
back
out
to.
with? One where you wander around in the field with ghosts. Can't remember the name of it.
Whatever you do, just come home safe, okay?
When you get back from this job, you still have a dinner date to keep with me, you know.
Don't worry. I won't forget my promises to either of you. Oops, almost forgot. Of course, I'll want to spend some private moments with my wife, too. Huh?
Giggity, giggity.
What's wrong, Jamie?
She's a snatcher. She just doesn't know it.
Harry and I will be waiting for you to get home.
That's Harry's hat.
We can do it this time, Gillian. Not some fake couple like before, but with love and trust.
I know, Jamie.
Take care, Gillian.
I'll see you, Jamie.
Wait for me.
The best scene right here. Yeah, he got built with a Sega CD.
Metal?
Yes, sir. We didn't have a good frame to work with, so this is just a temporary body. Just call me Metal Gear, Sega CD for now.
So they found
They
your
really
memory
do.
chip in one piece, eh?
Random protected it from the blast of the beam.
Random, huh? Wait a second. I've heard that sneeze somewhere before.
Really? I didn't hear anything. Anyway, I want to know if you'll take me with you. Please, Gillian, please take me with you.
Hurry up and get on board.
I'm using a Model 1 Sega CD. That's the wrong model. Saturn still hasn't even blown up the building yet. Sega CD is already launching into space. Right? Sailing off into the sunset to moose cows. All right, now we're about to blow up stuff on the...
Throughout history, suspicion has always bred conflict. The real conflict, though, resides in people's hearts.
Sony is an expert at
This
single-player
conflict has just begun.
Naughty Dog.
while Microsoft is an expert at shooters. Sour PLS RGT gas and Hot Jams RGT gas and Sour PLS.
Woo! That, my friends, is finally G freaking G. We still got the Saturn to finish, but we're close enough. We'll go ahead and I think it's just the two of you guys, right? Let's hear the Japanese one while we finish up.
待っててくれ。クレムリンにある自動工場を壊滅させてくれ。ジェミー、帰ったら一緒に暮らそう。
Economy will never make the Snatchers do. Jim made it. List of Saturn games. https://tinyurl.com/Saturn list.
Pick a Japanese one and a US one. We got Pika so far. Biff, you do getting in on this?
あなたが帰ってくるのをハリーと二人で待ってるわ。
ハリーの殺しか。
And I think that's the only two in chat right now, right?
こそうまくやれるわ。嘘の風
I don't think anyone else is hiding. We'll give it a few minutes here. Since technically there's a Saturn challenge, I'm leaving this counter on till the end of the Saturn. Her voices are awful on the Saturn. Oh, look at the little little guy. Isn't he cute? The Saturn one's made a little more interesting, isn't it? Not sure how CD-ROM runs ahead. I didn't have to like look or talk to people on this one. It's just like, yeah, whatever, you know, girls. You don't need to talk to them. You don't even need to clear any of that crap up. We're done. Yeah. Saturn metal looked better than the Sega CD. There's that nice junker hat, though. With that, once we see credits, maybe. It's in English, huh? So even the whole thing's in Japanese. Him saying it's in Japanese, but they're typing it out in English. Oh, there he is, our little boy. He did. And there we go. 13 hours and 41 minutes. Good Lord, man. All right, let me put in the time on this. Crap, what day did I start this? I forgot to put the start date in for this. I'll just say I started on April 1st. Close enough. Alright, guys. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo time, guys. Who's gonna win it? Come on, Biff. What games you want, buddy? Yep, one us and one Japanese. I'll be right back. I want to go. We'll just wait until it finishes and gets the screen on both of them. Then I'll just take a screenshot. Croc and Slayer's Royal. Okay. So there's our next 2 games. Put them right over here so I don't forget. I'll put them on the list when we can start them. There it is. Boom. All right.
PogChamp. Boom.
Okay. All right, cool. We're good. All right, guys. Well, thank you. And we will do this again soon. Huh. Photos. There we go. All right, there we go. Cool. So I will talk with you guys later. Thank you guys for staying with me. Bye.